#MakeBullheadBetter, and today I'm interviewing Anne-Marie Ward, and I'm so excited to interview. Today's interview is sponsored by Tri-State Wi-Fi. It's a locally owned, family-run business here in town, and they have incredible high-speed internet, and you should click this link below and get your internet service from them if you're looking for better service. So Anne-Marie, thank you so much for meeting with me today.
Thanks for having me.
How long have you been in the Bullhead City area?
So I actually don't live in Bullhead City, which seems a little odd to be on Make Bullhead Better, but my husband's family came to Bullhead in 1951. Wow. They stayed. My father-in-law worked on the line, my mother-in-law worked at the dam, they lived at Davis Camp, and they loved it here, so they decided to stay. And they started helping to build the community. And they started with small businesses, a service shop, a septic tank company. They started buying land, building homes. They were really involved with helping the healthcare get going. And so Bullhead City became a vibrant community that we know and love today. My husband went to Mohave High School, graduated in 1995, so proud Thunderbird, and they were always invested in the community. What can we do to grow it? My father-in-law loved being involved with the youth. He took a lot of them on their first deer hunts, and all of the school children used to go and visit their home. They were big game hunters from South Africa, or in South Africa. And so the kids would come and get to see the animals, learn all about them, and it was busload after busload. So a lot of times when I meet people in Bullhead, they say, "Oh, that's your family. I went to their house when I was a kid." And so it was neat to see that kind of legacy, and my husband and I have wanted to pick up that torch and reinvest in every community that we're a part of, and especially the youth. And so we do have our primary home in Prescott, but we still have a home here, and we have a lot of investments here, and so we go back and forth between the two cities and still try to be a part of as much as we can. So
that's wonderful.
So there's a little background.
Yeah.
And then I learned about Tri-State Youth. I was working for Senator McSally's office, and I met Dr. Zehri, and we were talking about healthcare, and he said, "You know, you should really hear about this program that we're doing for the youth." In my background, I have a master's in education and a doctorate in leadership. Wow. And I heard about the leadership part, which immediately sparked a, tell me about that.
Yeah.
And so when I learned that Tri-State Youth was giving these students an opportunity to know what they wanted to do and to get that on-the-job experience, I said, well, I'd love to be a part of it. And so I'm going to be helping to design some leadership curriculum. Yesterday, Dr. Zehri and I went over to Kingman because we're starting to grow the program. So right now we have looking at about 60 different opportunities for students here in Bullhead City, and we're wanting to see that same growth in Kingman and then over in Lake Havasu. So yesterday we spent our afternoon in Kingman going to the hospital. We're looking at already 3 potential possibilities of students being able to be there. They were very warm in their reception of the program. We went over to another doctor's office who is excited and willing to take on an intern there. Southwest Behavioral has signed up to have 2 more placements in Kingman and then also in Lake Havasu. So it was amazing to see that in a short afternoon, we were already growing this program because these communities are so invested in their youth. So that's what we did yesterday. And then today, I was at the new Anderson Fieldhouse talking to all of the high school students that were coming through as a part of their College and Career Expo. And the topic of discussion was not just the program, but what is leadership all about? Building name ID, being somebody that people are wanting to recommend, to grow their networks and become who they need to be. So it was a wonderful opportunity. The majority of the students, by the time we were done talking, we had 6 different 30-minute sessions, raised their hand and said, "I want to sign up for that." So it's incredible to see that the youth want this, the community's ready to get involved with this. This is a fantastic example of what communities can be and should be. So Bullhead is definitely better already.
So this internship program that Dr. Zehri and Anne-Marie Ward are doing fills a really big need that we have here in our community and really in the United States in general. Kids come out of college with really big debt and they don't have the opportunity to get a job because they don't have experience. So we're going to listen a little bit to Anne-Marie's experience and also hear how Dr. Zehri wants to expand this program.
The most interesting part about starting with each group today and talking to them was I would ask them, what's an internship? And a few would know, but a lot of them would say, oh, it's free work. You don't get paid. And the neat part about this program is they do get paid. Businesses are investing in them so that they can grow and be a part of our community. So it's really the community serving the community. To me, sharing my own story with them was very impactful about the power of internships, because I didn't get my first internship until I was a senior in college. I worked really hard. I got a scholarship. I went to a 4-year university, pretty much your typical $100,000 American degree, and went to my internship. I wanted to be a lawyer, interned with a lawyer, and I really did not like it. And I thought, well, what do I do now? I have my brand new degree and no job, which really shows what's going on in America. And so sharing that with these students today, they said, oof, I definitely need to decide what I want to do before going to college. You know, maybe it's a trade school or vocational school, or college is necessary, but it gives them the opportunity to have experience and really know where they want to go before they get there, and like many of us, have a degree and no job. So it was really great to share that. We had a lot of kids sign up. This is a wonderful program.
First of all, I want to thank Anne Marie that she came all the way from Prescott, and she's helping us with Tri-State Youth, and she has a qualification for that also, and she has a PhD in leadership, and she did a lot of time spending with us yesterday and today talking with the kids. So, you know, this is, like I told before, that this is a unique opportunity for the kids because it's a paid internship, and I explained before that this is not a franchise. This is not like from the grant from the government or from the city of Chamber of Commerce. This is like community helping community, very unique structure. And we started this year in Bullhead. We did 35. We are now expanding to Kingman. We have a presentation. Anne Marie, she did at the school board in the Kingman presentation. They're very excited. We already almost have a 10 internship position paid in Kingman too. We are going to talk with Lake Havasu people, and they are excited too. So I think it will grow. It might grow outside the Mohave County. It might grow to the other rural community where they don't have a internship. This is very important that in rural area we should have an internship, and also we should have a businesses who help the intern to grow, because this is the bridge for the intern and the student who are going to the high school and the college. Before they find their permanent job, they should know what they're getting into. They're interested, this is they want in their life or not. So I think this Tri-State Youth Internship and Leadership, with coming and joining all these people, leader like Anne Marie Ward, I think will grow a lot.
So today we learned a lot about Tri-State Youth Internship and Leadership Program, and I'm so thankful for Anne Marie taking her time out of her busy schedule to come and share with our youth here in our little town, and I know it's going to impact their lives. She wants to share a story of one student that was in the program and how it impacted her life.
So those success stories are so powerful. Last year was the first year, of course, and one of the young women that went through the program did such a great job in that 6-week internship program that the company hired her on full-time.
That's amazing.
And now they have an option where they can help fund her college.
Wow.
So not only does she have a full-time job, but they're going to help fund her education. And so opportunities like these that we can give our youth in our communities are unbelievably good. What we really need are for students to sign up. So if you're a parent watching this, make sure that your student is signed up. The information's below. If you are a student watching this, make sure you sign up. And if you're a business, if you have any kind of a business in the city, whether you're in Bullhead, Kingman, Lake Havasu, and you have an opportunity that you want to put out there for the youth in your area, make sure that you join our cause in getting these youth going and learning not only about the job, but how to be leaders, how to network, how to build their name ID, and really grow to then contribute back into our communities.
It's a 1.5-month internship program, and there's even sponsors. If you want to sponsor an intern but you don't have that money for them, there are people that can't sponsor an intern, but they can sponsor a business to sponsor an intern. So that is a really cool thing as well, I think.
So that's great. That's a wonderful point. If you're watching and you don't have a business or somebody that would qualify, by the way, it's ages 16 to 25, so it's truly youth. They don't have to be in high school or leaving high school. But if you're watching and you don't have any of those components, but you can give that money to help a student in a business that may not have those funds, get involved that way. And again, that information is below.
All right. Thank you everyone so much. Have a good day.